Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Walks Talks. Thanks for watching the show today. Thank you for taking the time to hit the thumbs up button for me. Like these videos, please spread them. Share the videos with folks for us. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We talk a lot about on this channel about how the lower tiers, the people that don't make as much money, are really faring badly right now in this country. And a lot of the articles and some of the news stories, obviously focus on, we have used the words the working poor. I don't like that terminology, but we do hear that a lot, right? And we're seeing this disconnect always between Wall Street and Main Street. But I want to share a story with you today that I saw last night on the Zero Hedge that I think is very important because the point I want to drive home is that when you hear this story and this article, it really doesn't matter where you're at. Unless you literally are in the top 1% or 1% of 1% or whatever, even people making substantial salaries right now in this country are hurting. They're living paycheck to paycheck. So in some respects, it's a sad tale because it was even surprising to me. But in other respects, it should be encouraging to those to understand, not take pleasure in others' suffering or misery, but to understand that you're not alone, okay? The more you make, the more you have going out the door, okay? So, it depends. Everyone has their own level, but as I share with this article with you, you'll understand well, let me just jump into the article, okay? But anyway, thank you very much for watching today. 20%, it says, of households making over $150,000 live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, you heard that correctly. Households making over $150,000, 20% of them live paycheck to paycheck. It says Bank of America has a very interesting report on who's living paycheck to paycheck, or PTP. It's not just the poor. And it says the term living paycheck to paycheck is a fairly frequently heard expression, but can be somewhat nebulous, and it's not always clearly defined. Broadly, one can imagine it refers to individuals or households that regularly spend nearly all of their income, leaving little or nothing over for savings. By that widely used definition, over 40% of the respondents in this survey agreed or somewhat agreed to living paycheck to paycheck. It says Bank of America restricted the definition as shown in the chart. It says B of A refines or redefines or confirms definition of PTP as, quote, households where necessity spending is more than 95% of their household income, leaving them relatively little left over for, quote, nice to have, end quote, discretionary spending or saving. So how they're defining living paycheck to paycheck is in using 95%, more than 95% of their household income on necessities. This is even by that definition, the percentage of paycheck to paycheck households is staggering. It says more surprising is that the proportion of households appearing to live paycheck to paycheck falls only slowly as incomes rise. Around 20% of households with incomes above $150,000 also appear to be living paycheck to paycheck. How can this be, the author asks? One reason is that higher income households have bought larger, more expensive homes and consequently have bigger mortgages. And often along with bigger homes come bigger insurance costs, property taxes, and utility bills. It's also possible that the household incomes rise. Some households may have more varied sources of income that are hard to capture, such as cash from sales of equities paid into brokerage accounts. It says, as of June 2024, the youngest baby boomers, well, the chart that I was going to quickly show here, and I don't know if you guys can see it clearly enough, but what it says is paycheck to paycheck pressures appear to rise across certain generations, and it's peaking with the baby boomers. You can see I wrote this above this chart here, baby boomers here, and it's almost 30%, okay, of baby boomers are living paycheck to paycheck in 2024, that being the orange right here. Okay, so it says baby boomers are defined as the 60 to 69 years old. The baby boomer generation is defined as people born between 1946 and 1964. It says regardless, boomers are at retirement age, their kids are now gone. So why are the boomers living paycheck to paycheck? And I know that a large percentage of the viewers on this channel are in that 54 to 64, 70 years old category. So you guys are baby boomers. Are you having this issue? Are you seeing others around you, people maybe you grew up with or used to work with, having this issue where they're just not set? They're in their 60s and they're not yet set. Or maybe they had an unforeseen financial situation come up where it caused them a setback. It says, again, why are boomers living paycheck to paycheck? It says one reason is that they're totally unprepared for retirement. And they're saying that's very, very troubling. So again, leave your comments below, guys. If you are one of in that category. And again, the chart breaks down Gen Zs, younger millennials, older millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, and then traditionalists. Again, the next one is Gen X. There you can see on that chart. Gen X looks like from this chart about 25%, almost 30% of Gen X is also in 2024 living paycheck to paycheck. Obviously, we talk about the housing costs in this country. It says housing is a big factor in paycheck to paycheck. There's no doubt a lot of people are simply house poor, right? They overextended to buy the house, and now they're realizing that a vast percentage of their income goes to the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, the upkeep, all that stuff that goes along with home ownership. And we know that homeowners insurance costs have soared across this country. And boy, if you live in a state like Florida or North Carolina, that have been recently hit by these hurricanes, go do some research on that. Those insurance costs are going to skyrocket. It says the homeownership rate is only 35% for 25 to 30-year-olds compared to 66% across all ages, according to the Census Bureau. It says, and so here we are. The Fed is directly responsible for a dual state economy, okay, of the haves versus the have-nots. We've shared that on this channel before in prior videos. The haves are the main asset holders. They have largely benefited from massive asset bubble inflation. The have-nots are those who want to buy, it says, buy a home but are priced out due to inflation. I'll be having a video coming out later today about existing home sales and prices. So please tune in for that video. It's going to be a little longer than normal, but it is very eye-opening. It says the have-nots are trapped renting, while most of the haves are trapped in their homes, unwilling to trade their 3% mortgage for a 6.85% mortgage. Meanwhile, the cost of insurance, maintenance, and property taxes on the home that has jumped so much in value. 20% of people making over $150,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. I'll leave it there today. Love to have your input, your comments. Thank you guys for watching, sharing, and subscribing. Again, don't assume because you're in a lower income bracket that the people that are making more than you, driving nicer cars, living in bigger, fancier houses. Again, a lot of that's just window dressing, guys. Number one, it means nothing. And for most of these people, it means they're more in debt. Okay, in depth to their eyeballs, okay, more in debt, and may even be on shakier financial ground than even someone, who is not making the same income, but has been smarter with finances, with saving, with conserving. So just keep that in mind, all right? There is hope at every level, and no one is immune right now from what is happening with this economic downturn. All right, talk to y'all soon. Bye.